I was out of work, out of rent, living off a Visa gift card someone gave me for Christmas. I'd been sleeping in my car for 2 weeks before I found the ad. Basement suite, $250 per month, cash only, private entrance, no lease. The photos were blurry, but it looked clean enough. The guy who posted it didn't want to meet in public, just sent me an address and said, "Come after 10 p.m., I'll show you around." I was tired enough to say yes. The house was on a dead-end street, middle of nowhere, no streetlights, no cars, no signs of life. But the porch light was on, and the gate to the side entrance was open. There was a note taped to the doorbell. Basement, left side, doors unlocked. So I went down. The stairwell was tight, concrete walls on both sides. The door was cheap, hollow core already cracked near the bottom. I knocked anyway. Nothing. I opened it. Inside, bare walls, tiled floor, no windows. Just a small kitchenette, a mattress on the ground, and a single wooden chair facing the door. There was no one inside, but on the counter sat an envelope. Inside, keys, and a note. "If you're reading this, the place is yours. First month's already paid. Lock up after yourself." That should have been enough to leave, but I was broke. I was freezing. I told myself, one night, get warm, figure it out tomorrow. So I locked the door behind me. There was no cell signal, no Wi-Fi, but I didn't care. I just lay down on the mattress and closed my eyes. I woke up to footsteps. Not outside, not above. Inside, behind me. I sat up. Fast, too fast. My head spun. The chair was gone. I turned around, and there was a man sitting against the wall, knees pulled to his chest. No shoes, no expression, just watching. His hand was holding something. A hammer. I stood, asked him what the hell he was doing. He didn't answer, didn't blink, just looked at me like he'd already decided something. I reached for my bag. My keys were gone. I stepped toward the door. He didn't move. I told him I'd call the police. He smiled at that, just a little. I stepped into the hall. It was different now. Where the stairwell had been, there was plywood bolted across the entrance, screwed in from the outside. No sound, no help. I turned back into the room, and he was standing now. He held up the hammer, then tapped it once, gently, against his own knee, like a metronome, waiting for something. I lunged at the door, kicked it, over and over, started screaming, didn't care who heard. Somewhere behind me, I heard the light bulb pop. Glass hit the tile, then the hammer hit the floor. Once, then nothing. I woke up in a hospital 2 days later. Broken ankle, fractured jaw, concussion, no memory after the door gave way. The paramedics said I was found face down on the street. No ID, no phone, just a set of house keys in my hand, bent in half. The cops went to the address I gave them. House was empty, no furniture, no stairs to a basement. The entire lower level, empty. No bed, no chair, no drawer, nothing. They said I must have gotten it wrong, said it was drugs, a fall, a break-in, that maybe I'd imagined it. But I still wake up some nights to the sound of that hammer tapping the floor, and when I do, my left ankle hurts like it's still broken, and I remember one last thing. Before I passed out, I saw a man walk to the corner of the room, pick up the envelope from the counter, and write a new note. "If you're reading this, the place is yours." I answered the ad because I needed money. It was listed under creative gigs on Craigslist. Woman model wanted for casual wear, test shoot, no experience needed. $300 cash, 1 hour. Sounded weird, but not sketchy. The post was written clearly, no typos, no sleaze. Said they were testing backdrops and lighting setups for an upcoming clothing brand. I filled out the form, height, shirt size, general availability, and left it at that. They replied the next day, polite, professional, said they liked my look, offered me a slot that weekend, gave me an address in an industrial plaza just outside the city, and told me to bring 2 outfits, casual and athletic. Payment in cash upon arrival. All gear provided. I was skeptical, but broke. I said yes. The building was half finished, one of those prefab concrete units with no signs. There were 4 buildings in the lot, all identical, no cars, no landscaping, just gravel, dust, and an empty road. The address led me to Unit C-2, all the way at the back. The metal door was closed, but there was a sticky note taped to it. "Shoot in progress. Door unlocked. Please enter quietly." Inside, it was cold. Concrete floors, high ceilings, no props, no racks of clothes. Just one room, maybe 10 by 20, with a single studio light hanging from the ceiling and a wooden stool underneath it. No backdrop, no cables, no signs of photography. Just a tripod with a camera already pointed at the stool. I called out, "Hello." Nothing. I stepped in slowly, clothes still in my hand. There was a bottle of water on the floor with a printed note taped to it. "Thank you for arriving on time. Please sit. Your photographer will adjust the lighting remotely." At that point, I should have walked, but the door behind me was already closed. I hadn't heard it shut. I sat. The camera didn't move. Then a speaker crackled above the ceiling. A voice, male, flat, maybe 30s, came through. "Perfect posture. Don't look directly at the lens." I didn't respond. "This is just a calibration test," the voice continued. "Stay relaxed, hands on your thighs." I was still trying to decide whether to leave or not. Then I heard something on the far side of the room, a shutter click, not from the camera on the tripod. This came from the corner, where the shadows reached the wall. There was another camera mounted behind a vented panel. It wasn't visible until the light flickered slightly. That one was also recording. I stood. The voice came back. "Stay seated, please." I turned toward the door. The handle didn't turn. Deadbolt. No lock on my side. "You agreed to the trial," the voice said, still calm, still flat. "The shoot has started." I walked to the door, slammed the heel of my hand against it. No sound from outside, no footsteps above. I looked up at the speaker. Silence. Then a new sound, metal sliding on concrete. I turned. The camera on the tripod had moved an inch forward. Nothing had touched it. And the shutter on the second lens clicked again. I shouted, "I'm done. Let me out." No answer. Then, from behind the far wall, a click followed by the sound of hinges. A door I hadn't seen cracked open. Very slowly, someone was standing inside it, not entering, just standing. They were wearing a dark hoodie pulled tight, bare feet, no sound, just watching. I took a step back. They took a step forward, and the speaker said, "Trial complete." I ran at the door, kicked the lock, nothing. I grabbed the stool, smashed it into the handle, still nothing. The figure in the doorway stepped into the light. The hood fell back. It was a woman, or used to be. Head shaved unevenly, scars, one eye half shut. She didn't speak. She just stood by the camera, knelt slowly, and started unscrewing it, carefully, like she'd done it before. That's when I realized she wasn't part of the trap. She was another model, another trial. I screamed until my throat cracked, tore the wall panel off with the backup camera and smashed it, found an outlet, kicked it until the breaker popped, lights cut. In the darkness, I heard someone move. Then I felt hands on my wrist, thin, shaking, guiding me toward the door. She didn't say anything, but when she opened it, she didn't run. She stayed inside and shut it behind me. I didn't stop until I reached a diner on the highway. I called the cops. They never found the building. They said no unit existed at that address. They said I probably went to the wrong location. They didn't believe me. 3 months later, I got a DM from an anonymous account. No followers, no posts, just one message. "We'd like to offer you a second shoot, this time with full pay." Attached was a photo, grainy, from above. Me, seated on the stool, looking directly at a camera I hadn't noticed. And behind me, just barely visible in the shadows, someone standing in the corner. I was at a gas station when I saw the flyer, taped to the back of the pump under layers of old ads. Simple black text. A photo of a small black dog. A terrier, maybe. Wide eyes, crooked jaw. The caption said, "Lost dog. Cash reward. $500 for safe return. Do not chase. If seen, text me right away. We'll pay for help tracking. $100 per hour. Serious only." There was a number underneath. That was it. I took a photo of it, finished filling up, and texted him before I even pulled out of the lot. Didn't expect a reply, but I needed the cash. He answered within 5 minutes. Said the dog had been spotted near a hiking trail, just off Route 213, out past the tree farm. Said he was already out there searching. Asked if I had boots and water. Said he'd pay in cash. "Come whenever you can. Still tracking. You'll see my car." I arrived around 4:30 p.m. The trail wasn't part of any official park, just a dirt lot, a cracked wooden sign, and a footpath into the trees. There was one car parked there already. A white Toyota with a dented rear panel and out-of-state plates. The guy was standing near the trailhead. Early 40s, camo vest, orange cap. Looked like someone who hunted, but not well. He waved casually when I pulled up. "Appreciate the help," he said. "I'll log your time now, so we're square." He had a notepad in his hand with my name already written at the top. I hadn't told him my name yet, but I didn't say anything, just followed him down the trail. He was calm, talked like someone who'd lost a dog before. Said her name was Bella. Said she was nervous around strangers. Said she always ran toward creeks or low areas. We walked for about 15 minutes before he pointed out a cluster of disturbed leaves. "You see that drag line? That's her." It looked like a deer trail, but I nodded. He stepped off the main path into the thicker brush. "She cuts through here sometimes. You good with uneven ground?" I said, yeah. We kept going. Eventually, we reached a shallow slope. At the bottom was a dry creek bed, lined with moss and thick roots. A good hiding spot for a dog. "She gets scared and curls up down there," he said. He handed me a pair of gloves, told me to check under the logs and rocks, but don't shout. She'll spook. He stayed at the top while I slid down. The air was cooler, damp, no prints, no dog smell, just soft dirt and broken branches. I turned back up the slope to ask something, but he was gone. No footsteps, no reply, just gone. I climbed up fast, reached the top. No one, no sign of movement, no sound. I looked around. Off to the side, maybe 20 feet through the trees, I saw something. A dog carrier, not hidden, just sitting in a patch of ferns. I walked over. Inside was a hiking boot, not chewed, not old. It looked exactly like the one I was wearing. Same brand, same wear pattern. Even had the frayed lace on the right side, just like mine. I stepped back. That's when I heard a camera shutter. Close, behind me. I turned, nothing. Then I looked up. There was a trail cam in the tree, blinking red, still recording. I walked fast, didn't run, didn't want to panic and lose direction. Followed the trail markers back toward the car. When I reached the lot, the white Toyota was gone. But on the ground where it had been parked was a leash, brand new, still coiled, no dirt on it, and next to it, a second flyer. Same as the first, same dog, same reward, except the number was different. And the name written in marker at the bottom? Mine. I didn't take it, just got in my car and drove until my hands stopped shaking. I never reported it, didn't know what to say. There wasn't a crime. Not yet. But I check CRAIGLIST now like a habit. Every week. Sometimes I search lost dog with the photo filter on. And last month, I found the same flyer again. Different state. Same photo. Same dog. Except now, the reward was higher. $750.